This is the Fools for Fiber podcast. Welcome back for episode
10. Oh, 10, I think. Ocho nueve diez. Diez, yep.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Diez,
Is it?
I think.
Nicole. How do we pronounce that?
Diez?
Message me on Instagram. I'm terrible about
I
responding
know
to you.
20 is veinte.
No, excuse me, that would be venti. Venti. Can I have a venti
No, it's veinte.
latte?
Veinte.
Can I have a venti latte?
No, it's not venti. It's
venti?
veinte.
Venti.
Veinte.
Venti. We're not there yet.
Okay.
Soon. Weirdly soon, because we're on 10. But not there yet.
No, we're not to 20.
She's...
Oh, I'm Angie, and everything's in the down thingy below. Show more, click it, everything.
I'm Avery.
She's the daughter.
She's the mama. We curse on this
Swear.
podcast.
From time to time.
Vaguely. Often. I don't actually know how often because I don't edit these. That's my roommate.
Thanks, G.
Yeah, she's pretty clutch like that. But yeah. I think, is that everything we say normally?
Yep, we
Is there
try
other
to.
things? I've been really trying hard to get better about the saying, hey, we swear sometimes before I'm about to say a swear.
Yep,
Because,
so new people,
hello.
thanks for joining us and sharing time with us.
Especially this
If
week.
you have come back to this chaos,
We're funny.
yeah, we are funny, but we are a bit chaotic.
Funny looking. But, yeah. So, welcome back if you're back. What is it YouTubers say? Like, subscribe, and comment, and ring the bell.
Yep,
All
those things.
I started doing this.
I don't know.
And I don't know when I started doing that, but it's like, G called me up the other night because I was like, you don't even know the funny face I'm making. You're not looking at me. And they just were like, I know. You're doing the thing with your hand and your chin. And I was like, is that a thing I've been doing?
Evidently it is.
Evidently. But, especially this week, we hope we can bring you a bit of lighthearted, humorous, chaotic fun.
Yep. We hope the lighting's not bad.
Yeah, we have fallen into fall.
Yes.
Face first into my pillow.
So it's absolutely pitch dark outside.
And we don't have any sort of studio lighting or anything like that.
No, we didn't
So-
think this all kind of started as
You didn't think we would sustain it, did you?
no.
Ha!
So the fact that we've made it to 10, we actually were out picking up a new chair for Avery's dad the other day,
Yeah.
and
I wasn't there because
no, but we looked at ring lights and microphones.
wow, microphones. We're gonna
Yes.
get fancy. We should probably get a better camera. If we're gonna get ring lights and microphones. I'm not listen.
He thinks we should be using one of our phones on this like contraption that's like a tripod with a clamp and a ring light around the
Listen.
clamp and the microphone coming out from the...
Listen. He's probably right. Because this camera is from when I went to like Disney.
Yeah.
Which, one, definitely spending 2 weeks in Orlando with my best friend when I was like 22 was an excellent life choice when I was 22. It was a lot of money that I did not see again. So, my point is that, like, this is a very old camera that, like, old Betsy's been going, and like this is pretty good, but like I definitely think something with better like facial recognition, so it doesn't keep doing that weird thing where it zooms our faces out of, you know, sometimes it does this weird thing if you watch, I don't know, she doesn't watch our YouTubes. That's me. I watch them because I do that. Like, no, when we post, I watch them. You don't, do you? Calling you out, mother. You don't watch your own podcast. I don't blame you. It's a very uncomfortable situation. I forget what we talk about until I hear us talking mess, and I'm just like, wow.
Like, it's good to pole dance? What were we thinking?
It is, no pole dancing is cool.
Is that what we said?
We literally said that, yes.
About what?
One of my friends, we're just rehashing old episodes now. Are you like about to start crying from laughter? Have your moment.
Okay, it's okay. We don't have to talk about pole dancing.
I mean, we can talk about pole dancing again. It's a very empowering thing that people do for exercise.
No doubt. That's what it was.
Yes, it was.
No.
My friend does pole dancing at work, and she was talking to me about how someone bullies her way through, or she like muscles her way through these moves. And I said that I do that with new knitting techniques. Like, I don't stop to like walk it through first. I just am like, here we go. And then like sometimes that's a good thing, and I just teach myself to do color work, and sometimes it's a really bad thing, and we end up having a 3-day long argument about double brims. Like, that was how that conversation started. You didn't? Yes, we did have
an argument about double brims.
Like years ago.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That was the argument that sparked us figuring out I knit wrong.
Yes. You were knitting wrong, not that you currently knit wrong.
Well, I mean, I wasn't knitting wrong. I was twisting all of my stitches.
Right, because you were mirroring.
Yes.
My actions.
Again, we went over that in the podcast.
Yeah, well, but if they're new, they don't know.
Right. Yeah.
So,
if you want to hear that whole story, head on back. There's a playlist. I'm slowly figuring out this YouTube thing. And also at the end of all of our videos now, it suggests. Yeah. Check that out.
Awesome.
Cool.
So we both wore hats today.
We did, because I didn't want to take a shower to make sure my hair looked good. And I need a haircut really bad. Which just makes the fact that they're putting mass restrictions up again even better. Yay!
Maybe you should call Michelle sooner than later.
I get paid this Thursday, and I worked a whole 7 hours of OT this past pay period, so I think I might be able to treat myself to a hair treatment.
Okay.
Maybe. So no, not the next time you guys see me. At some point, this might just be blue, or green, or purple. I don't know. We'll see how spicy I'm feeling.
I liked the blue. But magenta was nice too.
Magenta was nice. Pink is like weirdly a power color for me, considering I didn't like it when I was a teenager at all.
Yeah, I know.
But
it actually was really good.
I mean, I am a natural redhead, which I don't know. I'm more of auburn now that
Yeah.
I'm getting older. But all of this to say, we have been talking about random nonsense for a minute. What else happened? What happened this week?
Oh, I don't know.
What did we do? I voted. You should vote. It is probably already over by the time we're posting this.
Yes.
Hopefully you voted. We don't know what's going to happen. It'll be what it'll be.
Yep.
And, again, like I said earlier, hopefully this can be a little bit of serotonin for you guys.
Yeah. Hope so.
So on to funnier, nonsensical things. Trying to think what... I went to Webb's. It was fun.
Ah, yeah, you did.
I did go to Webb's.
Yeah.
Also, my roommate. So, I haven't told you this. You will get to see the live reaction to a momentous announcement.
Mm.
So G knows how to crochet.
Okay.
Wants to learn to knit. And we were sitting in Webb's last Thursday. Like looking at stuff that you guys will see in a little while. And Jake comes up to me, hands on hips. Jake being my third roommate, who's basically my brother. Hands on hips and says, 2021, I want to learn to knit.
Wow.
It's happening. It's happening. We're doing it. It's happening.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So I just sort of was like, okay, what do you mean? Do you want to learn to knit or do you want to learn to do fiber work? And he's like, I don't care. And I'm like, you've not thought this through. So he might be learning to crochet first because I feel more confident teaching someone to crochet. And also G knows how to crochet. So between the two of us, we should conceivably be able to figure out how to teach him how to crochet. But the boy wants to do fiber
That's
stuff.
good. That's good.
So it was just very funny because he was very proud of himself as he announced this to me.
There's a couple of men, like male fiber podcasts.
I know they all have way better backgrounds than we do.
Yes, they do. Okay, we've already established that I didn't think we were going to go this far.
So I guess now we have to make it pretty because it turns out Avery's just going to keep showing up once a week to be like, hey, we're filming. It's pitch black and I'm tired, but we're going.
Yeah, so Sweet Tea No Shade, I think is one.
Sweet Tea No Shade is one.
The Bearded Pearl
is another one. There's another couple. I'm very bad at watching knitting podcasts because I actually want to pay attention to them. So I can't listen to them while I work. Because I end up looking at YouTube instead of my job. Whereas like every other kind of podcast I can just sort of,
you can listen to the
podcast.
I'm
listening to like people talk about whatever they're talking about.
Right.
But like knitting, I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's happening? Hello?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and G and I have talked about doing a podcast since apparently I have the sustained energy for this one.
Oh, wow. Good.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll actually happen, and it probably wouldn't be exclusively fiber focused.
Okay.
But there's just something about the idea of having the two witches stitch and bitch.
That's nice.
Stitch and bitch, which it's funny because it rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I think it's funny.
Would you watch that podcast?
Yes, I would watch.
She would watch my podcast, but not one with her in it.
Yeah.
Are you ready to start talking about finished objects? You just seem very like, what?
It's been a long day. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning.
I did not. I forced myself to stay in bed because daylight savings time will screw you up.
Yeah.
So, and everyone else is like, this is a great time to get used to waking up at 6 a.m. And I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I refuse.
Yep.
Excuse me. But,
yeah.
What have you finished? Have you finished?
I finished a hat.
A hat?
Yeah.
What?
I finished a hat.
Finished a hat? What
Yes.
kind of hat?
A colorwork. Well, it's not really a tam. It's really more like a beanie, a colorwork beanie, I guess.
It's very pretty. You're like churning through the colorwork hats right now.
So, it's actually motifs from different hats and then I put them together. So it's kind of, I guess, my design.
We'll take a couple of pictures and we'll have G put them up because I'm not sure.
And
Like, it's gonna be hard to see the true, like this, the top is gonna, I mean, or you can just keep doing that until, like, people maybe get an idea, that's fine too.
so we can still, I've got pictures for it.
Cool.
But yeah, so that I finished, and it's for my buddy Melanie's birthday.
Yep.
So I've got to block it. And I had finished a sock,
Oh,
but
but,
it was too small.
so you, oh no.
So
That's a work in progress now. You can't show it. Put it away.
So that's it. That's all my finished objects. It was a finished object, and now it's not a finished object. It's like on the island of misfit toys, you know. It's
God.
like that. It's,
I'm
it was, and now it's not. Oh,
longer.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I also only have one, but
It's a beauty, though.
I'm really happy about it. It's the gaze cowl. Finally finished it. G's Christmas is done and ready. And they love it. And they've already worn it 3 or 4 times, so we're probably not going to end up blocking it. I figure it doesn't really need it.
No.
Here, I'll do the real yarn tube thing and show you guys my floats because I'm actually kind of proud of them. They're very even. Like that. You can see the
It's
eyeballs.
actually a really good pattern, I
See
think.
the eyeballs.
Yeah.
It's very effective.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a really good pattern. You could actually do that with, even with stash and one hank of yarn. You could do different colors
Oh yeah. Super
on
good.
each one of those.
Yeah.
Be a cool way to stash bus.
Very nifty little stash bus pattern
Yeah.
that would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. Really like it. G's really happy with it. And I taught myself a new...
You did a really good job on the color work. I'm very proud of the work that you did.
Considering I had 0 help and watched, I think, Kim Knit's intro to color work video 1 time. And then just sort of did the thing.
Very good.
And yeah.
So, do you remember the designer for the gaze?
No, why? I mean,
I was
I
just
follow her
curious.
on Insta.
I was just curious.
I will definitely, like, put her name right here. G. Why?
Oh, just...
Oh, to make sure people...
Yeah, yeah.
She doesn't have any other cowls or any other color workout that I've seen. But she has done a couple of, like, sweaters.
Cool.
And, like, a hat. Like, a hat and a sweater and this. She's pretty... I don't think she's new, but she doesn't have a ton, like 18 or something patterns. Like, it's just a couple of very specific things.
Cool.
But this is the only thing I finished, so...
Here, you want? I'll put it over here.
This is why we need to have a table
I know.
with
in
our
front
ring
of us.
light
I know.
and our phone.
All of the beautiful stuff, yeah.
And we can steal Jake's phone. Because Jake's phone takes pictures that are so nice that you literally can't... You send them over Discord. They're too big.
Oh.
Yeah. It's
Mine
one
don't.
of those.
Yeah.
It's bad. Bad. It's good. Well, I mean, I guess I kind of have a finished object. Does it... I'm not doing anything else with it. So does it count as finished?
Yeah, it counts as finished.
I don't think I finished it correctly, though. So last time I had just bought this drop spindle, and I went ahead and spun up some pink roving that I bought at Webb's. Why are you like that? And then I plied it with some gray stash yarn that I had around the house because I was like, I don't want to apply this with anything else. So
now the thing that you do is you take it off and put it on the nitty knotty, and then you hank it, and then you wash it to set the twist.
oh, that's how you set the twist. Okay, because I've been like, why is it just coming apart? And then just like fixing it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. That's the joke.
You did that much, though. That's
Yeah,
good.
I did do that much while watching Star Trek.
That's awesome.
Star Trek. But yeah, so it's like pink and gray and probably not very much yarn. Definitely not any sort of consistent weight. Because again, I don't know what I'm doing. But I did do the thing that I said I was going to do in our last episode that you have forgotten that I said I was going to do.
No, I knew you said you were going to do
Oh.
it. And I said I was going to finish that sock, and I did.
And
And
you
then
had to rip it
today I
back.
took it back. Today I ripped it out.
I'm sorry. But yeah, so this is my finished. Other hoe? Is this a hoe? It's half finished?
Sure.
Is that what we're defining as a hoe down now?
Sure. It's a hoedown.
Hoe down. It's a hoe down. Hoe down now.
Oh, today has been one of those days where the
Everything's-
South has come up multiple times.
I've been listening. This is so chaotic. I am so sorry. We are 20 minutes in. So I've been listening to this podcast called Old Gods of Appalachia, which is like a horror podcast sort of situation. I quite enjoy it. It's not perfect. But it's set in the South. So, because Old Gods of Appalachia. So it's just like this guy who genuinely sounds like he's from Tennessee. Like, if he's not actually from Tennessee, I'll eat my hat. But this is a bad thing because it means that sometimes I turn it off and, like, oh boy, howdy, the Georgia's here tonight. And it's just like my roommates are sitting there like, what? And I'm like, hello. Which is actually extra bad because G is from St. Louis. So when I start, they start, and vice versa. So forget about it. Forget about it. Don't worry about what's happening. And, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So
We had somebody asking us about a fried chicken joint in Eufaula, Alabama today.
where?
Oh, there was your dad. Somebody was asking him.
Clive? You follow Alabama? What? Where? On Facebook?
On one of his games, like in Rust. The guy was from Phoenix City, and he was asking, Clive was telling him about the fried chicken joint that we ate at the last time we happened through Eufaula, like 7 or 8 years ago. And then the guy was like, what's the name of it? I'm in Phoenix City.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
So it's just come up a lot. Anyway, so Barb's in Eufaula.
You know what?
Best fried chicken.
Hopefully you are still there.
They are. I looked them up.
We are in the times of Corona. I don't know who's able to be open right now. I
Well-
barely keep track of who's able to be open here.
It said they were open, so I'm guessing they are.
But okay. So, works in progress.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
Yep.
Back on task.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, sorry. So, of course, I'm in the middle of a row, which is not very good for a podcaster.
Oh, but I really like the...
So, this is the home tree shawl, and this is the roots section.
Oh, are you starting the roots section now?
And so, I have like 50 more rows to go.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's a shawl on,
And then
like,
I do, after the 50 rows, there's like a four or 5 row trim
mm-hmm.
that mimics this design inside the
Oh,
cable.
cool.
The yarn over squiggly design. So, yeah, so I think that's turning out really well.
Very nice.
So that's one, and it's just on acrylic Cascade Anthem. I think it's the denim. It's on acrylic because this is going to be for my mom, and she does not wash wool well.
She's 80.
5.
Okay, we've covered this before. After a certain level, when it comes to age, I just am like, yeah, it's fine. Oh, I forgot to bring you the polyfilm. I'm sorry. So you've fallen into this trap.
So, yes, I decided I was going to make something that brought me joy. So, I got the hat done. And
Sorry. See what it is.
it's the, I can't remember which one it is.
I mean, it's a gnome.
It's a gnome, but I can't remember which one.
Oh, I don't know.
Which pattern.
We will put the pattern here.
So it's the yarn is our thick skein,
Mm-hmm.
street lamp, and fog is the first 2 colors, and then that's a Jameson and Smith light turquoise and fog, thick skein foggy morning, and then the last one is thick skein pine needle and Jameson and Smith light turquoise.
It's very cute.
So, and then the body
That you've just started.
that I've just started. It's really cool. It's short rows
Uh-huh.
for the bottom of the hat.
Yeah.
And then you pick up underneath it.
Oh. But what colors are you using for the body?
The body is
Oh,
street
is it
lamp
and
pine needle.
Cool. Very cool.
And then the beard will be foggy morning.
Cute.
And there's like a little bulby nose that goes on it.
Nice.
So,
Very cute.
and then I have my sock. And my sock.
2 socks.
Yep. So these are the Fairy Gathering socks.
Yep.
Demi's pattern.
Which is live.
Yes.
And we will link below. I will actually make a specific point to make sure that I do link that one. Even if I'm being a bum about links. Because she did a really good job with this. And again, we have had a nightmare time with this pattern because of yarn.
Yes.
Not because of the pattern.
Yes. This yarn splits really bad, and the yarn that Avery used
was really
split really
acrylic
bad.
and it was bad. So
I cast on a pair with our thick skein Kaleidoscope Christmas.
they're very cute.
And this is what I've gotten so far.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah, there we go. That's my works in progress.
Very cool. Mine are pretty boring.
No, they're
I
not
just
boring.
have 2. I have Jake's flax. It's the flax, right?
Yes, it is the flax.
Which I haven't worked on as much as I probably should. But we have officially crossed over into the final 25 rows of the body.
Nice. I like that transition. I really do like that. What does he think?
Oh, he loves it. He's very excited. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's actually really cool.
Is it going all the way up?
I think it's going to be like a, one of those sweaters, even oversized, it'll be something you can throw on a really cold.
Yeah. The oversized, like, comfy sweater sort of situation, which is like my prime kind of sweater, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little funny. Because he was really worried. He, not me, he was worried. He doesn't watch this, so I can call him out. He was worried that it was going to be too long because when you hold it up, it looks really big.
Yeah. He has a really long torso, though.
Well, it's funny, because he was like, well, how long does the pattern say to make it? And I was like, it says to do 17.5 inches for your size, and then, like, an inch of ribbing at the bottom. And I'm currently at, I think, like, 13 inches from the underarm. Something like that. So he was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, stand up, and I'll measure your body. And with his arms down, like, I think 17.5 inches hit, like, pretty low on his hips. And he was like, I don't know, Aves, like, that's pretty long. And then I was like, okay, now raise your arms. And suddenly 17 inches or 18 inches total was, like, right at the end of where you would want your shirt to be with your arms raised. And he went, never mind, do that. So, thank you, Mr. Dunn, who was my high school theater director, who taught us how to measure people for costumes, because I was like, hey, bud.
Yeah.
So that's just sort of what I've been knitting when we watch TV.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also gotten to the point to where, like, I can't take it with me places.
Because it's too big.
Because it's too big.
Yeah.
So it's really just couch knitting.
Yeah.
Which I don't actually do a lot of. Like, we don't often sit and just usually doing something. But I did maybe cast on something for myself. And that is, hold on, I don't think, okay. She has her name all over this pattern, but she doesn't have the name of the pattern on here. Because I only printed out the third one because that's what I needed and I don't like to waste paper.
Okay, don't show that.
Oh. We'll blur that out. It's a paid pattern. You give Vanessa her money. It's a good pattern.
Sorry.
It's fine. So it's essentially, I'm doing another cowl this time for me. Second verse, same as the first. But this time it's moons. It's moons. So this one I do think that we'll end up having to block, or I will have to block. It's a little bit, it's been a little bit harder to keep tension.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think, is the needle size different?
Than the gaze?
Yeah.
So the gaze is on Finkering with, like, much smaller needles. This is on worsted.
Oh.
With, like, size 6.
Okay.
7s?
Yeah, 7s.
7s, yeah. So it's, and I'm also not sure if it's because it's been hard with this, the length of the needles to keep tension. And also, okay. So you've been talking to me a lot for a very long time, and by talking to me I mean you've been talking around me about color work, about how you want toothy yarns.
Yeah.
And, like, I listen when you talk, and it's not that I don't believe you when you talk, but sometimes I don't have any concept of what you mean when you talk.
Mm-hmm.
So it just sort of isn't something that necessarily, like,
sinks in.
These are not toothy yarns.
No, they're not.
They're very smooth. They do not necessarily want to love each other.
They're 100%
And
merino, aren't they?
Yes.
Superwash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is like, they're stunning color-wise. Like this, I'll take a couple of pictures and G can put them in because I don't think that the lighting is doing it justice in here. And I think they're very effective.
Oh, I think it's beautiful. I think the colorways are actually very, very pretty together. And I think that with blocking, that
It'll be
some
better.
of it's the pucker is going to go away.
I think even with just wearing it after it's blocked, a lot of that will go away. So I'm not like worried about it. It's just like I can tell the difference between this and the gaze being that like that yarn, like this wanted to be one piece. This just sort of wants to be their own deals. Which, like, again, very soft.
Yeah, this is, you can definitely feel, this is the BFL non-superwash that we have.
Yes.
The DK.
That's a secret base that we don't have yet on the website.
Yeah, we don't.
That
we did one thing on it, the voting color, the purpose.
Which, yeah. So,
but yes, it is toothy.
this is very toothy, and I think I'm going to be stealing another couple of skeins from you to dye for another project that I want to do. But
I'm so sorry.
it's okay.
6 o'clock did not
I did
do
like
me well.
3 yawns while you were talking about your works in progress, so it's so fine. I'm also absolutely like zoinked. No, I'm not zoinked. Zoinked means you're high. I'm just tired.
I didn't know that was a word for it.
My 21-year-old coworker informed me, and I just sort of was like, Eli, don't tell me these things.
Wow.
So
yes, so now you understand not only how to do color work, but why you want toothy yarns.
Very specific yarn.
Yeah.
And also, like, I also had a really hard time with color choice for this pattern. This was really hard, but this is the third start. So but
feel
I'm halfway
this
done.
in comparison to...
Yeah, that's actually really nice, the yarn. But
that's our Highland.
I feel like that was...
with some Jameson and Smith in there.
Good to know. Maybe I'll steal some of our Highland next. I'm not sure. But yeah, this is what I've been doing when I like go places or when I need to...
Yeah, because it's small enough to carry with you.
I can knit this in the car and it's fine.
Yep.
Which might also be why the tension's not the greatest. I'm not sure. Also, the cats have been fighting sometimes, and this is not something that I can just throw down. So, those are my 2 works in progress. That's really all I've been doing. I do have plans for what I'm going to start next when I finish those 2 things.
Okay.
Do you have any... Should we talk about treats? Do you have treats?
Goodies? No, I don't have...
Acquisitions?
I don't have any goodies or acquisitions.
So just me then.
Mm-hmm.
Just me.
Just you.
Wow. Okay. So, I went to Webb's, which is my favorite place on earth. I can't go to Disney right now because there's a plague, but I can go to Webb's.
Nice.
Yes.
Good color.
So, I told myself, it's not like very opalescent.
It is very.
Very like opalescent and very pretty. So I had such a hard time with the socks, the fairy gathering socks for Demi in the green. So when I was there, I specifically made sure to get, I love the Schweppes yarn. Schweppes?
Sheeps.
Sheeps?
Sheeps.
Sheeps, okay.
I think. Sheeps.
I'm from Alabama. I don't know. I don't know how to say nothing. It's fine. I just think that this will work out a lot better. And I specifically bought it with that pattern in mind to make myself some socks with that pattern and this yarn. Because I feel vaguely bad that I'm probably never going to wear that sock. Because it really is a good pattern and I really enjoy how it looks. And I also just really like this colorway. So, I got that. Oh no, where did it go? What happened?
I don't know.
I lost a skein of yarn. This is tragic. I bought myself a pair of really short knitting needles
Oh.
to try to see if I can not magic loop a sock.
Oh. Kat and some others believe in it wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I know. Kat's one of the reasons. Hey, Kat. I'm here. Let's go. I'm trying it. They didn't have 9 inches. She specifically mentioned in her video 9 inches, the one I was thinking of. And these are the shortest I could find were 10 inches. At Webb's. Specifically for the Novas, though. I don't know. But I'm here. I have big feet, so I tend to cast on closer to like
Mediums to large.
mediums to large, so I'm hoping that the 10 inches will be fine. If not, I have a 10-inch pair of size 1s that'll be fine. But once I'm done with my cowl, I'm going to cast on a sweater for myself.
Okay. You haven't decided
me.
the sweater
I
yet.
have not decided the sweater yet, but I have bought the yarn, which I just saw where the skein fell, so it's not like non-existent anymore. But I bought like literally 10 skeins of this yarn, so I will have plenty of yarn because it is. That's the dye lot. I think it's 200 yards, so I have 2,000 yards, which should be enough for even me, all of me, to be clothed. So this is the Cloudborne again. I don't actually know if it exists anymore.
No.
But didn't Craftsy come back?
Yeah, but I don't think that part of Craftsy came back.
I don't know. Cloudborne, if you want it, go on yarn.com. Very cheap. And it's also very soft.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's like really
Yeah.
soft actually. This was like, I think 69 would have been for the 7 that I was thinking about getting, and then I was like, I'll just get 10. So I think it was like $3 or $4 I think. Very, very expensive.
I think they're $3.99 a ball.
Colorways Ocean. Because I'm predictable if I'm nothing else. And yeah, so I'm pattern shopping right now. So.
Yeah, we looked at, the Drunk Knitter released a sweater. I think it's Sophia Talley. I think that's her name.
It is very cute, but it's kind of cropped.
Yeah, but I was thinking that you could, because you have as much yarn as you have, you could just extend the body and still have the chunky rib at the bottom.
Maybe.
You know?
I'm open to like brainstorming.
The pattern that she released is called Fast Fashion Sweater.
Yeah, it looks like something. It does look exactly like what it's called, because it does look like something that's very on trend that you would probably see at like a Target, which is not.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not dogging on her at all.
She's actually written it specifically for Lion Brand worsted weight yarn, I believe.
Oh, cool.
So that it's for
like a very accessible price.
Yeah,
point. Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's wicked cool. So it's something that like an intro knitter probably would
Yeah,
be wanting
yeah,
to wear.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
And it's so it's reasonably priced yarn. And the pattern, I don't think she was charging that much for it.
It wasn't that much money for a sweater, no.
So, and it had a huge range, like from, I think, 34-inch bust to 60 or 62, maybe.
I'm not sure. I'm still getting used to the idea of patterns having busts that, like, are bigger than mine, because I deeply remember when I first started knitting being like, okay, I can make this pattern because it goes up to my size.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, so now I always get, it's kind of funny, my roommate thought that I was mad because I was trying to do the math for, like, which size I would be in one of the patterns I was looking at, and I was just like, no, I'm always extra confused when I have to try to figure it out, because it's like I'm so used to just defaulting to the largest size, but then I check the largest size on some of these and it's like 76, and I'm like, I'm not small, but I'm not there, so, like, wait, I have to come back. Like, this is, I have to actually do the thinking instead of just defaulting to the largest range.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I've got.
That's
Goodies.
everything that I've got too. Shop update, we're just gonna,
We just launched
all the fall colors are out.
like the final fall colors, and also our
Christmas color.
The Christmas colorways up.
Yep.
We will flash some photos while we're talking of that.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Colors, and there's more information on that on our Instagram if you're interested.
Yep.
We did not give the shop update warning.
Nope, I apologize.
But yeah, that's.
Yep.
So we have Cranberry Bog.
Cranberry Bog, Faded Jeans, Ginger Snap, and Kaleidoscope Christmas.
Yep.
And then
My personal favorite is Faded Jeans. No one's surprised. You really like Kaleidoscope Christmas.
I think Kaleidoscope Christmas is really cool.
I mean, I think they're all cool. I also really like Cranberry Bog, actually. Like, it's not a color
there was
that I would...
another one. Frozen Autumn. I completely forgot. Frosted Autumn. Frosted Autumn.
Yeah.
I completely
And
forgot
that was
about
funny
Frosted
because
Autumn.
I posted that one on Instagram the day it snowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's already snowed.
So we've got 10 new colors total in the fall winter collection,
Mm-hmm.
and all of them are up on the website.
So check that out now if you want to.
thickskein.com. You can look for us on Instagram at thickskein.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
I think that's all from us for this week. This week, maybe more than any other week, I hope you get to find some peace with some fiber.
Yes.
And I hope that we have been able to make you laugh. And, yeah. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Play with fiber as often as you can. And
in
take
the,
care of yourself.
In the words of Mr. Matt Mercer, don't forget to love each other.
Yes, please love each other.
Because that's important. So,
yeah.
bye guys.
Bye. Thank you for coming.